Faith Watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Y'all, welcome back. How y'all doing? What is going on? Y'all know we have to do our little check-in before we get started with everything. I gotta see if y'all alright. Y'all alright? Y'all good today? Do anything special? How was work? How was your activities? I said school last time, and I forget that many of you are not even in school right now. I mean, like, you're on summer vacation or whatever, okay? So, yeah, what y'all getting into? Have y'all been to the movie theater lately? What are y'all watching? What are you streaming? All of that good stuff, please drop it in the comments because y'all know I want to hear about it, okay? But as y'all can tell by the title of this video, we are back in Chesapeake Shores. Y'all, it's been a month. I went back. I could not believe that it's really been a month since I have not done a review with this show. And we're only in season 1. We got a ways to go. I may have to double up. Instead of doing 1 episode per video and do 2 per video so we can at least get through it. I don't know what we're going to do, y'all. But we are back in Chesapeake Shores. But forgive me, I am doing amazing. Super excited to be spending this time with y'all. I just feel like I have a lot lined up that we need to talk about, and I feel like I'm so behind on everything. Even though y'all been getting a video every week, I still feel that way. Like, why do I got all of these things that I gotta talk about, and I have not even begun to get on here and start recording? Y'all, keep me in your prayers, please, okay? This is a good problem to have. I'm not complaining. I'm excited. This is what I enjoy doing. This is my happy place. So we here. But yeah, we are in Chesapeake Shores. We are in season 1, episode 3, y'all. Okay, we're just gonna do a brief recap or review, just giving you a little take on what went down in the episode and how I feel about certain things. Certain things are probably gonna narrow in a little bit more than other things because certain things probably hit me a little bit stronger. Y'all know how it goes with that. But yeah, let's get into this thing. So y'all know, okay, last thing we talked about, episode 2, who was it? Yeah, Abbie and her ex-husband. Forgive me, y'all. Abbie and her ex-husband going through this so-called custody battle. Not officially yet, but the papers has been served. Abbie is, like, at this point, such a mess. Different things going on. Can't even believe that it came to this point because they have always done very, very well with co-parenting. So that's kind of where they at. And it's crazy because y'all know we talked about Abbie being back home in Chesapeake Shores. That's where she was born and raised. And then having this brief little encounter with Trace, who was like her high school sweetheart. And y'all know, for us hopeful romantics out there, we were kind of, well, I ain't gonna say, okay, ain't gonna put that on y'all. Okay, I was kind of hoping, like, you just want that something to be rekindled between her and Trace, because it just seems like it should have happened. It's one of those things, this is one of the relationships you feel like it should have worked, and why didn't it work? Like, how in the world did you end up way over here? And it's clear that there's still something between you and Trace. There's still a connection there. There's still something special there, almost like that first love or whatever, okay? And I just don't know how we ended up like we ended up, but we still want that. Well, I still want that, but she can't even, like, in this episode, and y'all know they shared a kiss, and it was like, okay, it's like everything came back, okay? Trace just couldn't get Abbie out of his mind. He is still hooked on Abbie. I feel like Abbie is still there with him as well, but she got a lot of adult responsibilities on her plate right now. One of her main things is keeping her girls and trying to go through this thing with her ex-husband, not knowing where his mind at and all of that. So she tells Trace in this episode that kissing him was a mistake, and she really don't have the privilege. She doesn't have that. She don't have the privilege to be like this 16-year-old girl again, like to dream again. That's something that's just can't happen for her right now. Her main focus is keeping her family together, which we do understand, okay? I ain't saying she wrong for that, but you could just see the hurt on Trace's face, and him, I don't know, he just seems stuck, and it's so like such a tragedy. I know I'm just being a little bit over dramatic here, but I don't care because it is way, could you put yourself in that situation? All right, not that has ever been me, of course. I can't even imagine like that as far as in real life, but I can imagine as far as it being in my imagination. that has to be like pretty tough. Like, it really does, to be in love with someone so deeply, so purely, so organically, and seeing yourself like you missed the opportunity the first time around for whatever reason. It didn't work no matter how hard you tried, and here you are, you feel like this is like that second, like a second chance. You're in a different season, and you're like, if it don't happen this time, it may never happen. And that is like the vibe that I'm getting from Trey. So he's trying to stay in his place, not trying to push her, because he know if he pushes her in any little way that is going to just push her completely away from him. So he's just trying to back off and be patient, at the same time guard his own heart, because he knows how this type of thing go. He's been down this road before. And at the same time, he still wants to be like a friend, be that support person for her. And it's kind of difficult, you can see, for him to turn off those feelings and just be what she really needs him to be in this moment right now, which is just a friend, nothing more than that. And don't even like broach the subject, don't even try to paint a picture, because she doesn't need that. It's like somebody dangling food in front of your face when you know you are hungry and you know that you can't have that particular thing for whatever reason, okay? And that is what I'm getting from Abbie. Like, she really wants to like meet Trace in that special place that they had this little moment together where it felt like they were teenagers all over again. And it just hurts, and it kind of sucks, because like, you may heard people say adulting sucks or whatever, and I get it, because it's like when you're a kid, it's like nothing, there are no barriers, there is nothing stopping you from dreaming and going as far as you want to go, and like, it's like there's no limits. And then when you're an adult, it's like you place those limitations on yourself. We got to be real, we got to be honest here, because what is the difference between an adult and a child? Responsibilities, right? I mean, you have the same opportunities, you have the same type of thing where you can dream and all of that kind of stuff, and there's nothing that's really stopping you when you think about it, but the fact that you're stopping yourself and you're putting up all of these excuses. Well, I have this to take care of, I got that to take care of. And if it was, and truly we ultimately do what we truly want to do. When we really want to do something, we don't allow nothing to get in our way or to stop us when we really want that thing. So it just makes you sit back and question yourself. Is this something that you really want, or are you kind of denying yourself and feeling like this is not the route that you really want to take? Whatever. I mean, Abbie is a hot mess in her mind, and we're just trying to keep up with her, but at the same time, we do understand, us being adult women right here, right? We do understand you do have certain things to take care of. Your children are your responsibility, and she has to focus on that right now. But at the same time, does that mean that you can't dream? Does that mean that you can't like have that moment again? Like, you can't rekindle that hope again? Y'all know, okay, maybe I'm just saying all kind of stuff because that's what I want. I don't know, okay? But yeah, that is what's going on with Abbie in this episode, and the reality is hitting her right now. She feels like she has to put a plan together, because her and her ex are definitely going to court. There's no stopping that. They really going to be in this place, a place she never thought that they would be in. She has to be prepared, as much as she doesn't want to really think about that. She knows, and having a brother who is like basically at the point of getting his taking the bar, so he's very knowledgeable about the law, and he's just putting things in perspective. Connor is just putting things into perspective for his big sister Abbie, letting her know that basically this is going to be a fight, this is a real fight, and you cannot go into that courtroom thinking that your ex is going to go easy on you. The fact that he's taking it this far lets you know that you need to be prepared, and he is willing to do, well, he's willing to allow your worst fears to come to pass if you are not prepared. And so I love that Connor is really like nailing it in and going in on Abbie, so she can kind of wake up and turn off those emotions, turn off the fact that you notice your ex from history and get rid of all of that, because y'all going to court, and if you want your girls, you need to do what you got to do. And so I love that Connor is putting that in her face like that, and really like taking her through the ringer as if she was in court, and knowing how they play there, knowing how the attorney is going to play, knowing how the judges is going to play, and just waking her up to the reality of her situation, if that's what she wants, to keep pretty much full custody of her girls. So Abbie got all of that going on. And then we got Bree. Honey Bree, all right? I can totally relate to Bree with the fact that Bree is a writer, and she at this moment is having writer's block, so she's trying to get past this. Her dad is helping, letting her, you know, kind of take over the cottage and sit there, and you have this beautiful scenery. Go to a place and let your imagination just run wild, girl. Get on that typewriter and just put the fingers to work. And so and with that, I'm just like, wow, like such a privilege for Bree. And I know she kind of knows that, but for us writers, we know that is amazing to be able to have a quiet spot with a beautiful scenery, the ocean out before you, and you can kind of just sit there and dream. You don't have to go to a 9 to 5 or go do anything, have anything like that to take care of, but you can actually sit there and write all the day. That is every writer's like dream, to have 24/7 to sit there and write without any interruptions and just pure quietness, you and the Lord. And so that is what's been offered to Bree right now, and she's going to take this opportunity to spend a whole entire summer in this little house on the beach. And I'm excited for her, but at the same time, she's struggling, and I believe what's causing her writer's block is her boyfriend or whoever he's supposed to be that she's going through, fiance, whatever. Her and Martin, it is not working out, and she's kind of like hiding that from her family. She revealed it to Abbie in this episode, but it's like she had to actually say it out loud. You could tell it kind of hurt her to say it out loud, that they're having issues and they're kind of pretty much on the verge of breaking up, and she kind of is in a place where she don't know what to do, where she's gonna go with that. And I just like, girl, let all of that go. Get on your typewriter. Let us just put out a novel, okay? We ain't gotta worry about all of that over there. We ain't gotta do that. That's gonna be sitting there when you come back, okay? And so that is the way Bree is right there. Jess is still struggling with her B&B, getting all of that worked out, trying to do everything herself, still having her mommy issues, trying to work through her mommy issues. And even though people like Bree tried to give her like some word of advice in this episode about basically fake it till you make it when it comes to your mom, it's just not really working for Jess at all. And she's struggling with that. And I'm just like, girl, just let it go, because you can't rewind time. You can't go back there and make anything better. As much as your mom and you may want to do that, it's just not going to happen. That's just not reality. So where are we going to go from here? And so I'm wondering with that relationship, how is that going to go? But definitely Jess' mom is really like down for moving on and having that relationship kind of starting all over with this whole mother-daughter thing. And I feel bad for the mom here in this episode, because she is like the only one in this episode so far as a part. Well, not only her, but Grand too, are the only ones who are mature enough and at a place where they're like, okay, let's just pick up and move forward, or start over and move forward. Whatever we want to do, we still want to be a family and just move forward with our lives and whatever God has for us. It's just the kids that are the adult children who are struggling in this episode with the past, and some of them with the present and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, come on now, y'all. We need to do something. We need to get past this, because it's getting a little redundant here, going over and over with this stuff. Even Connor was having like trying to work out his issues with his dad here, and in a sense getting on Mick about stuff. And I'm like, come on now, Connor. Okay, we already dealing with that from your sisters. Now you in here too. Okay, what issues you gotta work out now, Connor? What you got going on? What dad did to you now? Okay. But yeah, we got all of that going on. But mostly what draws me into this episode, as well as every episode, is the scenery. I love being out here in the ocean with the boats out there, the sunshine. It just really puts you in that kind of place, especially if that's not like your reality. So you really feel like you don't went somewhere on a vacation or something like that. But yeah, one of the things I feel like the main theme of this episode that I'm going to give it in this episode that people are dealing with it is like, are we free to dream? Are you living? Are you really living? And that's what I'm thinking about as I'm watching these characters, because all of that is in our hands. We can really choose to say, you know what? I'm going to live my life to the fullest. God bless me with this moment. I am going to enjoy this moment. I'm going to make the best of this moment. And not to say, because we all know everybody has their things. Everybody can have something that they can be upset about or feel some kind of way about, be disappointed about. But who are the ones, the true ones, who are going to be like, you know what? I am not finna, in light of eternity, what is this? In light of eternity, I mean, who cares? Are we really going to be waste a day, waste a moment, a second of being upset and disappointed, or just going over and over in your head about the past? Or are you going to make the best of whatever time you have now? Because now you've been given now. Okay, and so that's what I've been looking at as I'm watching these characters and the different things. Like, you're learning from them, right? And which I love that, because that's what I'm sitting back, I'm observing them. And I'm looking at myself, okay? I'm holding that mirror up to myself and thinking, is it really worth it? In light of eternity, come on, is any of this stuff really gonna bother us later? It's like when you were a kid and you were in high school, y'all, and you like, everything is a big deal. Getting good grades is a big deal. Having friends is a big deal. Getting into a particular club is a big deal. When you're in high school, it's like it's your entire world. But when you look back on it as an adult, you are like, what was that? That was nothing. It was a time that came and it has passed. What was the big deal? And many of us would like to have them problems again, as opposed to the ones you have as adults. And so how would it be if we look at our lives like that right now? Where we are, the season that we are in right now, and don't take stuff personal. Don't be so easily offended and look at things like, oh, it's a total big deal here. Instead of just brush that thing off. You've been given life now to live for the Lord, have a wonderful relationship with Him. Who cares about anything else that just may not be going the way you like it, okay? That happens to everybody, okay? Let's just move on and make the best of our lives and actually live. And I love that, because that scripture that came to my mind, y'all, like seriously, as I was watching this, when we read in the Bible when it talks about choosing life or death, and He tells us what to choose life. And that means in light of every single thing, even in the tedious things that really is not a big deal, disappointments, failures, fears, doubts, all of that, choose life, choose to live. And yeah, so that so y'all, I'm just taking y'all through my thoughts as I'm watching this. So that is pretty much how I kind of like, I walked away from this episode is, beloved, choose life, girl, live. All right, you've been given now, live. All right, don't waste another moment, another second being upset, being angry, disappointed, beating yourself up about something that you can do nothing about, revisiting the past and all of that. Girl, let it go. You got now and whatever else time that God has given you, and let's go for it all the way, right? So I will be right back with our scripture, then we're gonna close on the body, right? Okay, y'all, I'm back with the scripture. Okay, we're coming out of Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 19, and it reads, I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. That's all I have for y'all for this video. And once again, this is titled Chesapeake Shores. We are on season 1, episode 3. Hopefully I get episode 4 to you a lot sooner. than a month ago, okay? But yeah, that is the goal. So yeah, and y'all please remember to leave y'all thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below, because y'all know I love hearing from y'all, okay? And I want to hear y'all thoughts, y'all feedback, and different things like that. Where y'all at? How y'all feeling about this? Have y'all watched this yet? Are you planning on watching this? Are you watching along with me? Girl, let me know all of that, okay? Don't play, okay? So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.